one of the big things that a lot of people look at when they see the patch, the little patch, is that they think that something is being absorbed through the skin. No, it's not. It's actually non-transdermal, meaning that there's no chemicals changing from external to internal. This is all done through light. There's no drugs, chemicals, anything. We're not consuming anything. What I really love about this technology is that it's safe, non-invasive, affordable, and effective. And that's a big thing in this day and age, is having all those components in one. And understand that the X39 is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition, but we're just waking up some of the systems in our body that are slowing down as we start to age. Some of the benefits that we're seeing with the X39 is increased strength. When you start to activate some regenerative processes and systems in our body, you start to see things improve. And so I also talked about anti-inflammatory benefits. Understand, inflammation is a huge factor in any disease process. And as our body starts to deteriorate, it is because inflammation is going rapid within our body. So if we can help minimize some of those effects, that could be very beneficial. Increased stamina, when we're in, that's one of the things that I've actually seen. I'm an avid cyclist, I race competitively, but when I started utilizing the X39, I started seeing myself recover better. I started seeing an increase in power output. I started to increase, I don't want to get too technical, but what they call lactate threshold levels, meaning that I could push myself further into before I would fatigue. And so those are some things that I could actually monitor. And so I was very excited and impressed to see that. My biggest dilemma is when I have the X39 is, do I actually share it with my competitors, or do I just share it with my friends? Because, as an athlete, you never want to give the upper hand to somebody else that you're competing against. You want to keep those secrets to yourself. And so, that's a big dilemma that I'm going through when I share it with people. But also, increasing energy and vitality. I mean, we all want a little more pep in our step. There wouldn't be a line around Starbucks or these energy drink companies making billions of dollars if people didn't want a little boost in energy. And we have something naturally that uplifts us without the crash. But it also, one of the things that it enhances is it helps us sleep better, which is really crazy because we can get a more restful sleep. And our body repairs and replenishes when we're sleeping. So that's another beneficial factor. Some of the benefits you see is mental clarity. It's pretty incredible when you start to reduce inflammation in the body, but also in the brain, things across the blood-brain barrier, and you start to reduce some inflammation in there. How much clearer we start to think, how much better the nerve function and everything, the synapses, everything that becomes a little bit better, more clarity, mental clarity. We just think a little clearer. Like I said, restored muscle, skeletal condition, and then also improved in skin appearance. One of the things that it acts as like a detox, and so it's cleansing our body at the same time. It's getting rid of, it's helping decrease a lot of the toxins and things that we're exposed to on a daily basis. So when our skin is our biggest detox agent, and so sometimes we see things coming out of our skin that be really hard to control. But with the X39, because of the cleansing factor and things that it's doing internally with us, it's actually, you can start to see it on externally in the improved skin appearance. And then also going along with that is that I'm going to talk about here in a second, as collagen's being produced, increase in collagen production, that's going to be a big factor in our skin appearance as well. So X39 long-term benefits or results that they're seeing in case studies is the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Let's think about this, because everybody's heard of resveratrol. Everybody that was on national notoriety not too long ago. In fact, I just read an article this morning about resveratrol and how beneficial it could be. But understand, resveratrol, which is what you see in red wine, that's why they say you should drink red wine. Resveratrol resets two genes, and it's getting national notoriety. And we have something that could potentially reset 4,000 genes within the first few days. That's powerful. That's significant in overall health and well-being. And then also within the first 6 weeks, our brain becomes balanced. Again, we're talking about, inflammation and different things that are going on, better nerve conduction, things that are happening. They could be very beneficial on creating that mental clarity and brain focus and such. And then within 3 months, collagen is increased. There's a lot of different factors that go on. I mean, a lot of people go out and try all these different things, to get external sources of collagen in the body, because collagen is the basis of ligament, tendon, and bone. So when you're replenishing collagen, when you can naturally replenish your own collagen production within your body, that's a very safe, effective, and affordable way to do it. And again, it's helping strengthen structural integrity of our body. That's something that diminishes over time, which, as you can see, as we end up with osteoporosis, osteopenia, a lot of different factors, atrophy in the muscles as we age. Those are things that can actually be slowed down or reversed as we utilize the X39 and things that are going on. Within 6 months, you see cardiovascular protection, a lot of cardiovascular benefits, and things improving, because understand the heart is a muscle. So when we start to create those antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, neuroprotector, cardioprotector, vascular protector, all those different things that come into play with heart function, you can see significant changes how the heart is being affected, down the road. And that is something, obviously, we all know, as we age, our heart function declines. And so we have something that's very impactful, very beneficial, that we can share with people. How is the patch worn? The patch is worn 12 hours on, 12 hours off. The company recommends that you put the patch at the base of the neck or underneath the belly button, underneath the umbilical. Realistically, you can put the patch anywhere. It's effective anywhere. I have patients, I put the patch right on their shoulder. I'll put the patch right on their knee. You put it where it's most effective. And one of the things that we tell patients is, we tell people, or I tell patients, is that wear the patch 12 hours on and then take it off for 12 hours, because your body begins to get used to that signal, and it starts, the effectiveness and efficiency starts to diminish. So you want to break that cycle for a period of time, and then put on a new patch to activate that again, to create that activation. So that's why we're doing 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Again, the patch X39 acts as an as a cleansing, detoxification. So you want to hydrate very well. So it's wanting to detoxify your body. And so we need proper hydration to allow the organs to function appropriately, and get those toxins out of our body. So one of the things that, some people, I always warn them, very few ever experience this, but I would say you may get a slight headache, you may feel a little tired. And that is typically because we're already dehydrated as a society, is that we just need to increase our fluid intake so that we can increase that function, that the benefits of getting those toxins out of our body. The other thing that sometimes, like I said, the skin may show a little reaction. Get through that. It just lasts a day or two, and that's our body. Our skin is our biggest detox organ, so it's trying to get toxins out of our body. But again, hydrate, get through it. You're going to have so much more benefit on the backside. And like I said, very few people have that, but just get through it, and you'll be glory on the other side. So anyway, that's the X39 is very simple. That's what I love about it, because like I said, I've been in health and wellness for many years, and in nutritional supplements and different things. And usually you got to take 5 or even more different supplements to kind of, do different things, different functions, and hit different systems of the body. The X39 kind of brings it all into one. And it's so easy that you can actually just put the patch right on a spot and let it do its work. And that's the best thing, is I'm excited because I see people getting testimonies that are getting benefits, and a lot of times we need to teach people how to be proactive with their health, so that we're not trying to get rid of something after we already have it. But the X39 works so effectively that it's not only being proactive, but people are seeing significant benefits, utilizing the product now. I just recently had a huge kind of a learning experience, if you will. I had a patient that it was close to the family, very close to the family. So I typically like to share 3 patches and then, let them experience it, kind of what it is. Most likely, most people don't have a 1 patch. They're not a 1 patch wonder. They don't see benefits in that quickly, but there are a few that are. But so I shared, I actually shared 6 patches with this particular patient. And she was having severe back pain, debilitating back pain, losing time from work. She had significant arthritic things going on, stenosis, constriction, inflammation, some disc bulges, all kinds of different things. And even, chiropractically, we were having a lot of challenges getting her some relief, getting her back functioning. She actually went back into medical care. She went through epidurals. She went through facet blocks, a bunch of different medical intervention, medications and things. And to no avail, she was not getting any relief. And so the doctor said, well, I guess the only thing left is to have a surgery, as a back surgery. We've run out of options. So she actually came back to me and we were talking, and I'm like, sometimes you got to lean on that the company has a money back guarantee because the patient hasn't created any value yet. So I kind of leaned on that a little bit. I said, you know what, you have nothing to lose. You need to try at least a couple months worth of the X39 just to see what it can do, because you never know what is going to happen. But I know from the studies and from the science behind it that it could be very impactful for you. And so I was persistent, like, you need to try this. So I finally got her to utilize the patches, the X39. And within 3.5 weeks, she calls me or messaged me and said, you won't believe it. My pain level went from a 9-10 down to a 2. I'm actually back at work now. I'm functioning. And she's all, I thank you so much. I'm so appreciative that you pressed upon me that I needed to try this for a longer period of time. And it's been life-changing for her to be able to back to work, because, you understand, if you start to lose too much time at work, you're easily replaceable. And so we don't ever want that to happen. And so, it's very, very exciting. And again, it was something that it was a learning experience for the fact that even at given sometimes sharing 6 patches is not enough. Like I said, I usually recommend giving 3 out. I went above and beyond what I would normally do. But sometimes you got to be persistent enough that people need to try the product longer. Something's going to, like David Schmidt talks about, 98% of the people that utilize the patch have a result or a benefit from utilizing the patch. It's just a matter of what they got going on and what they have going on in their body and how long it's going to take to make some changes. And we never know. There can be a lot of different things going on. So it means that as our body is working, some works faster than others, some work slower. So, I'm really now persistent. People need to try 3, 4, at least 5 to 6 months. Like we saw in the other slide, 6 months to have some cardioprotective benefits. So how life-changing could that be? How instrumental could that be in someone's overall health and well-being when they get it into utilizing in your system? I'm excited about it. I have thousands of testimonies, well, let's say hundreds, but probably even thousands of different testimonies of different patients. And like I said, I look at it as another tool in my toolbox to help people. As a doctor, we went into the field to help people, and sometimes you come across challenges that you feel you don't feel like you have the right tool to help people. Now with the X39, I've been able to get some of those difficult cases and see some benefits with that. So I'm really excited about that. The really cool part is that we all have the opportunity. You don't have to be a doctor to be able to go out and share this. And that's one thing I want to talk about in this little little offshoot, is that this presentation is not so that you can go out and recreate it as a doctor, but it's to give you the confidence that we have our hands on something great. I don't do this to go out so that you can duplicate what I do. I do this presentation so that you can get a better understanding and appreciation of what we have our hands on, because I know not everybody's going to have the same terminology and share the same thing, and the fear of they have to be a doctor to go out and share this. Utilize the video, go out and share it, use the tools. I'm here to help you build that confidence, develop that appreciation for it, and get out and share it with people. So this is our team site that has a lot of the information that you want to plug in. It's the one-stop shop. When I'm sharing information with people, I send them to this. This is itinfo.com. It has the research studies. It has all the information, videos, and everything about the X39. So you don't have to be the expert. All you do is drive people, share this site with them, They can go in and do a shallow look or a deep dive. If they want to watch a couple videos and be happy with that, great. If they want to dig into the research articles, great. It's all there for them to do it. The research articles was something that I wanted to dig a little deeper into. But it's right there and available at your fingertips. So just take down this site, make sure you're sharing this site, and again, utilize the system, utilize the tools. Send people to thisisit.info.com. LifeWave itself is a 19-year-old company, so we're not a new company. We're not a startup. This is, like Steve Merritt talks about, the best 19-year-old secret he's ever seen. Meaning, the fact, because David Schmidt is an inventor and a tech, and he's always striving to come out with something new, to be ahead of the curve. And this technology that he brought to fruition, it's incredible because there's no one out there that has it. There's no competitors in this market. So when we're going to go on further and talk about a little bit about the business opportunity, understand there's no competitors out there. This is not a Me Too product. This is not a skincare. This is not a weight loss. This is not a CBD. This is not whatever. There's nothing out there like it. So we kind of have the monopoly in this field, if you would. And because it's actually considered a medical device in other countries, we're open in 75 countries already and growing. There's other countries that are opening right now. So meaning that you can actually start an international business from the comfort of your own home. How in the world could you even think about starting an international business? But because of what we've been exposed to, the information that we're learning tonight, we can actually start our own international business by reaching out to somebody. And we probably know somebody in our own neighborhood that knows somebody out of the country if you don't. So we just get out and share in our local region. We build local and think global, but we share locally, and eventually it starts to venture out, and we're starting to penetrate into other markets, across the country. So it comes down, what is most important to you? A lot in this day and age, family, time, freedom, security, a lot of these things, a lot of people's goals, dreams, and aspirations have been crushed by, the economy and inflation and everything. And so people are just realistically looking for ways to make ends meet. If we come down to it, everybody's shrinking. They just want to survive at this time. So we have a vehicle not only to help people survive and bridge that gap, when the money runs out before the end of the month, but not only bridge that gap, but to also start to build that dream, goals, and aspirations again. What about the fact of going out and helping a single mom who's struggling, to try to make ends meet for a child or two, and share the vehicle of the X39 and the LifeWave with her, and show her how she can actually start to generate some revenue by going out and sharing something that's going to bless other people. That's exciting with me. And then deliver, because it's multifaceted, we're delivering health and well-being and longevity, but also showing a financial side to it too. So again, it comes down to what's most important to you. And the compensation, the referral program is so simple, because you get out and it's kind of like building a mini franchise without the overhead, without the startup costs, without all the all the stress and things. You just go out and share with a couple friends, start your little mini franchise. You introduce 2 people on your right, 2 people on your left, and you become what they call a manager. That's the foundational position in the company. And you just help everybody become a manager. When you help people become a manager, they start to have success. They start their own mini franchise and branch out and build their own business. But with that, you can start to help them build revenue. If you can help somebody, just think about if you could help somebody build up to $25,000 a week in this compensation plan. That's crazy. That's incredible. Most people can't even think that high. But just think if you could help somebody make $500 a week. That would change people's lives in this day and age. That would make a big impact on most people. But again, some people have bigger dreams, goals, and aspirations, and they want to go a little bit further. So you help people win, and the company rewards you for doing that. You help enough people have success, you will have success yourself. And it's about taking your eyes off you and helping others. And again, going back to you just build that foundational position. You introduce 2 people on your right, 2 people on your left, manage your position, and your referral program, your team, and your franchise begins to grow. Okay, and then another bonus in the company has is what they call a matching check bonus. And this is, again, when you find people who want to rise to leadership, they want to build a huge network and a huge distribution channel, their own franchise, the company actually will reward you for identifying those leaders and help those leaders grow. And again, you go out and help other people have success, help other people win, help other people get healthier, feel better, and have longevity. The company rewards you for doing that. And so we take our eyes off ourselves, we help others win, and we have benefits for doing that. How do you get started today? So basically you pick a pack, you get in where you fit in. There's a bunch of different packs available. The silver pack is one of the ones, if you're gonna try the product for yourself and your spouse, and then you have some loved one, if you wanna start small, there's a silver pack. But if you really wanna build a business, so sorry, I'm gonna back up. The silver pack, you get 3 sleeves, and the sleeve is a 30-day, each sleeve has 30 days in it, 30 patches, individual patches. And so you have 90 patches. And again, if you're married or you have a spouse or a loved one, you definitely don't want to just buy 1 sleeve. You want to buy at least 2 or more, because you don't want to be running around the house and them limping and hobbling and dragging a leg. That wouldn't be fair. So we definitely want to get enough for the household, but also it gives you some to be able to share with other people, to kind of put in people's hands and let them experience it. But if you have a bigger aspiration to build a business, you want to get into the gold, at least the gold level. This is for new business builders, because it gives you 5 sleeves, but it also gives you $80 worth of free product when you get it. So it actually, the price per sleeve goes down as the bigger the pack you get, the price per sleeve goes down, and you get discounts for the bigger packages. And you get better benefits. And so this is when you want to put you want to get a lot of patches out into friends and family and people that you know, so that they can start to touch and feel it and experience it. You would start with the gold pack, and that pack is $499.95. And then there's the diamond pack. This is for the big vision, the big business builder. They want to accelerate the growth of their business. You get 19 sleeves. It actually drives the price down per sleeve to $84 per sleeve. You get some discounts, some additional benefits. Again, so you get, depending on what your intent is to get started and get going, this will get you in the game and get you moving and get you up and running. So also the importance of being on a monthly subscription. Now, I like to share the reason of being on a monthly subscription is because the X39 has cumulative benefits, because you don't just wear it once and it stop. You don't just wear it once and you're good forever. It's starting to increase the benefits for longevity, long-term, things that have taken years to get to now, that have decreased and diminished over time, needs to be rebuilt and replenished. And like I said, defend, repair, and rebuild. We're in the repair and rebuild stages as we start to utilize the X39 for longer periods of time. So you don't want to cut off those benefits. You want to continue to utilize and help your body have those accumulative. It's like in financial service or in financials, you talk about compounding interest or compounding benefits. That's what the X39 is. It's compounding benefits the longer you wear it. It's going to continue to help you in your health and well-being down the road. So the time is now to make your move. Are you serious about, first thing, are you serious about your health and well-being? Does that comes first, because it doesn't matter what your dreams, goals, or aspirations if you don't have the health to go along with it. We see people that are unfortunately passing at a young age because they didn't take care of their temple, their body themselves. So we need to take care of this temple first before we can reach out and impact others. So the thing is that, what is your dream? What is your goal? What, are you going to do it? Are you doing it for you or doing it for other people? But whatever the case is, you need to get started with the X39. Get back to the person who actually invited you to this Zoom presentation. Ask them how you can get started and get the pack, get the pack that fits your needs and your intent and your hopes, dreams, and goals and aspirations, because trust me, there's some big things that are happening with this company, and we're going to bless a lot of people with the X39, because realistically, nobody knows about it yet. We are the advertisers of the company. We're the ones that get out, that have the opportunity to go out and bless others. And if you're excited about helping others, let's go out and make an impact. So I want to thank everybody for getting on. Let's see, actually, I'm going to run through some of the slides here so you know that this is it. Team, plug into that. So this coming up, the virtual convention is January 13th. For those that want to get involved on the business side, we want to definitely plug into the virtual convention because all the leaders are going to come together and help you share the little nuggets and the little things that are going to help you build your business and help you overall with health and well-being for longevity. And then we have incentive trips. So some people, they want to get healthy, but some people love to travel. Now there's, free travel incentive trips that come along with when you go out and help others and bless others. So the next one's the Mexico trip, and get with the person who actually invited you to this, and they can help you kind of get on board and get you in the direction of receiving or earning this free incentive trip. And so we have different presentations going on. Harvey and Verdita Monk are, that was already today. Sorry. Okay, throwing me off. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Australia launch. So my time frames are off. Anyway, Javi and Olga Solis, they're going to pour into everybody in Australia and help them, bless them. Like I said, we're expanding into other countries, making an impact across the world. And Wednesday, Steve and Gina Merritt. The whole thing about what we're trying to share with this is that you don't have to be the expert. You just need to plug people into the information, let them make the decision, let them experience the product, and move forward with that. Look for the people that are looking, and you're gonna be able to bless a lot of people. I hate not forcing, but trying to convince people. I hope to bless them with the great information and technology and with well-being, but some people are a little hard-headed and resistant. But at least share the information with them, let them make their decision and get on some of these Zooms, and let the leadership do the work for you. Sarah Robinson, she's awesome. She's going to be on Friday talking, learn about the technology behind the X39 and the business opportunity. And then this is a schedule of the weekly events. Again, there's a plethora of events that you can plug into to where you don't have to be the expert. And then, so right here in just a little bit, we're going to do the Monday motivation message by myself. I'm going to share a little bit about why your doctor needs X39, what to say to a doctor, and why they should utilize the X39. So with that, I want to thank you again for getting on tonight. Get back to the person that shared this with you, and have a blessed evening. Thank you. All right, for everybody that's still on, we're going to start the Monday motivation message. And my name is Dr. Tony Smith. I'm a doctor of chiropractic from Lancaster, California, from Avor's Medical Group. It's a multidisciplinary facility with orthopedic surgeons, podiatry, pain management, general physicians. I actually do the chiropractic and rehab in the facility. I've been in practice for 30 years. I mean, yeah, that's incredible to think already, but I hope to think that the X39 is doing some incredible things and kind of doing some age reversal looks on me and helping with my overall health and well-being. But so what I want to talk about and why I always get this question is, why would your doctor need X39? So let's be real, let's be frank. Everybody's being affected by the economy, by inflation. It's no different to a doctor, an office or a medical facility. We have our overhead is increasing, and our reimbursement from insurances are decreasing. The reimbursements are going down, but our overhead is steadily increasing. So everybody's looking for different ways to make ends meet. Workman's comp. I mean, just as a general person, gas, electricity, water, everything is going up. We're all being affected from it. So we're no different than anybody else out there. So we are all looking for different ways to generate more revenue without, adding more hours to our day, without adding, more overhead. That's a big thing, is that how can we increase revenue in the office without increasing the overhead? And that's one of the things that I like to share with people when they're asking me, like, what do I say to a doctor? So let's be realistically, it's very hard to get into a doctor because they usually have gatekeepers at the front desk. But even if you can share it with the staff, this is something that that I would say is, if I can show you a way to increase revenue without increasing overhead, could I get a few minutes of your time, or of maybe your manager's time, you know, your lead person? Because maybe that's going to create enough interest for them to actually take a little time. Like, well, what are you talking about? How can I increase revenue without increasing overhead? Because those two don't come hand in hand. And show them, you know, or share with them a way that they can actually create what they call residual income, something that comes in, money that's being generated when the lights are off and the doors are closed. Because the first thing that a doctor thinks about is, I'm gonna have to work more hours and see more patients and do more procedures, or do more of this and do more of that. Because again, reimbursement's going down, revenue, the overhead's still up there. So how am I going to increase my revenue? And so with this type of business model, and you can build a network, a distribution channel, is basically that you can do the work once and start to reap the benefits of it multiple times. And so kind of understand this concept. If I was able to treat the patient one time and get paid monthly on what I treated, that would be an awesome way, right? Every doctor would do that. No, that's not the case. But in this industry, if I introduce somebody to the X39 and they actually continue to use it on a monthly basis, now the company sends me a little revenue bonus, a revenue sharing bonus for doing that, you know, a percentage of what's being purchased. Okay, that's a little bit, but as we start to build a network, as we show how we can still build a distribution channel, all that volume that's created by that referral, you know, two people tell two people, tell two people, so on. As it starts to grow out, those little revenue sharing starts to grow. They start to grow. They start to make a big difference. And, you know, you're not trading hours for dollars when you're doing that. You're not increasing your patient load by doing that. You're getting out and sharing maybe a small portion of time to create a larger revenue on the back end. But they got it. Sometimes you have to teach. We're very slow to learn, but that's part of the learning process, is that teaching, you know, getting in and sharing with the doctor, there's potential to increase that revenue without increasing the overhead. So that's got to be the factor that catches the interest. Before you got to create the value before they're going to dig into it and, you know, kind of listen a little bit more. The other thing is that you want to have something that's, when I was looking at this, I get exposed to hundreds of different things, you know, that supposedly can help people, benefit people, but, you know, realistically, is it beneficial? Is it going to make an impact? And so I did a lot of, you know, digging and research about the X39 before I implemented it in my practice. And some of the things that really caught my attention was two studies that I looked at, and that I encouraged when you're going to talk to a physician, is to photocopy that study. So initially, when I was telling, just show, you know, drive them to the website and have them look at this study and have them look at that study. Let's be realistic. We're lazy. Doctors are lazy, or they're just super busy, or whatever. I don't know. They just don't take the time because they haven't created the value. So now what I'm doing with doctors that I'm sharing it with is that I actually print out two studies. One of the studies is all the benefits of what copper peptides do in the body. When you increase copper peptide levels in the body, what are all the benefits that happen with that come in conjunction with that? Because I talked about earlier about how it helps with vascular protection, it helps with cardio protection, and all that thing. But, you know, doctors will understand when it talks about reinnervation, revascularization, anti-clotting benefits, you know, how big of a benefit that could be in somebody's health and well-being. Doctors will understand that. So take that one study of all the benefits of copper peptides, and it's actually called the regenerative protective actions of GHKCU in light of a new gene data. Sorry, new gene data. I can't even read my own writing. That's one of them. The second study is the study showing that X39 is clinically proven to increase copper peptide production in the body. And that's changes in tripeptides produced by X39. Take those two studies, highlight the key factors in there. So you're giving them the Cliff Note version of what they want to look at. You're pointing them to what they like. Right here is what I want you to see. Highlight those things, put it in their hands, and that should grasp and create enough value for them to dig a little deeper. Because even if you just give them the printout of the studies, they see a lot of writing, they're like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. Highlight the key points. That's what I'm finding is doing the best benefits, is highlighting those key points and then putting it in their hands. Hopefully you'll get a response from that. And then if that's not the case, try to get in contact with the office manager. Try to get in contact with somebody who has a key position that is close to the doctor, because that could be your backside entrance into getting exposed to it. Because understand, when I've been exposed to network marketing multiple times now, but I was always introduced, or I was always accepted the invitation by what they call a warm market. Somebody I already knew, and I respected their opinion. So, and at one time, it was actually by my massage therapist that was in my office. Her husband happened to be in network marketing, but she was a massage therapist, but I respected her opinion, and I took enough time to actually look at some of the information. And that's how I actually got started in a network marketing company in a previous company, but it was through a warm market. And so again, they kind of did that same thing. They brought the key components that would catch my interest for me to actually look into it a little bit deeper. But try to develop those relationships. If you can't get through the doctor, try to develop a relationship with somebody in the office so you can kind of get the backdoor entrance into the doctor's office and do it. But my other thing, don't spend all your time just trying to get a doctor in there, because the doctors are not your best network marketers. They bring credibility. They can bring they can help you, develop the appreciation, but they're very slow to develop a network, a team, because again, you have to teach a doctor how to network. Remember that this company has been around 19 years. This company has been in the hands of physicians for 19 years. And it wasn't until network marketers got into this company, into this business, when it exploded. It wasn't the physicians that took it to the high level. It was the networkers, that the people, the everyday person who had an idea how to network and go out and bless other people by sharing information, go and getting out of their comfort zone a little bit. So don't put all your eggs in one basket with a doctor, because they may not be the best, their best networker. But if you're going to try it, that's the way to do it. But go out and share it with other people. Man, we have our hands on something great, powerful. Go out and bless everyone with it. Some people are going to have a great response. Some people are going to have a slow response. Again, if they stay on the product long enough, they're going to have a benefit. They just need to stay on the product long enough, and something's great is going to happen with them. So with that, I want to sign off for tonight for the Monday motivation message. Go out and bless people. Just get out of your comfort zone. As a person, we have to grow. I mean, we have to get uncomfortable to grow in anything. When you go to the gym, you can't do the same weight and expect to get gains. You can't, as a cyclist, I can't do the same easy ride and ride at a low pace and expect to get gains. I need to push myself. I need to push myself to the next level. Steve Merritt, as a professional athlete in skiing, he didn't advance to being a world champion by doing the same old tricks that people had done for years. He had to invent and learn new tricks. He had to push himself to a higher level. So again, we grow as people as we get uncomfortable. Go out, get a little uncomfortable, bless. You're doing it for the right reasons. You're doing it to bless other people. Go out and share the X39 with people. Guys, thank you very much. Great to be on here. And I will be back in about an hour, I guess it is, doing another presentation. That would be 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you have somebody that didn't get on for this one, get them on for the next one, because we're going to bring the heat again. Okay. All right, guys. Good night.